Hello, hello, hello. It is time to make art with Mrs. M. Today I have supplies ready already on the table. I have crayons here and here, markers, and we're going to be talking about temperature. Colors can have temperature. I like to draw dogs, and sometimes when I do, I like to call them hot dogs. Well, actually, the colors that I use for this drawing are the warm colors, like these over here. So there's yellows and reds and pinks and red, violet, and orange. Those colors give the feeling of warmth, like sunshine, sunsets, a fire burning, and things like that. And so I call this my hot dogs because they have warm colors. And there's no brown and black and gray like you would typically see on a dog. They're just really fun, cute dogs that are hot. And then on the reverse, I have my cool cats over here that I've colored with as many cool colors as I can get in there. Cool colors often remind us of things in nature like grass and the water and oceans and fields and mountains in the distance. So there's purples, blues, greens. This is a yellow green, very light green. And so cool colors, very calming and relaxing. And it sort of reminds me of how these animals act as well. Most cats tend to be really calm creatures that stretch and lay out and take a nap and purr. But then you have dogs that bark and they're hyper and they run around and they're rambunctious. And so my hot dogs and my cool cats are usually kept separate, but today, as a way of showing unity, I'm going to create a picture with both hot dogs in it and cool cats. Let's not keep them separate today. So I'm going to start near the bottom of the page, and then I'm going to make other pets, animals beside the others. Some will be overlapping, some will be behind. You'll see what I mean by this. So I'm going to start right here in the middle. So if you have your paper, turn it the long way. I like to call this horizontally or landscape. I'm going to just start with a sleeping cat. And I'm going to make a circle, almost, no, not quite, all the way around. Then I'll add an ear on the right and an ear on the left. And then continue the shape of the head and connect there so the circle keeps going around. And then I'll add the sleeping face. About midway down, I make two slightly curved lines for the eyes that are closed. And then I'll make the nose with a wide V, connect at the top so it looks like a triangle now. And then make that sweet smile. And then I'll add some whiskers. 3 on this side and 3 on this side. Now this cat is curled up, so the body to be a long oval shape that curves around like so. But I'm going to stop right about here. So it goes up and curves back and turns and curves back towards the head. Then right about here, I'm going to make a line that looks like a C. It's a curved line. Right about there. And I stopped before I touched this line because the tail is coming over. The tail is going to come all the way over to the chin of the cat, and then it's going to curve back and connect with that first line we drew for the body. So its tail is wrapped around its body as it sleeps. Okay, and then right under his head there's one paw with a curved line and another paw. This cat is curled up. Let me add these little curved lines so it looks like the paws are there. And this cat is curled up for a very nice nap. Now normally I draw another cat and another cat, but today we're going to mix it up as a sign of unity, and we're not going to separate the cats and dogs because cats and dogs can get along. They definitely can. So this is one that I like to draw. I like to call him Grumpy Dog. So I'm going to start with a shape that looks like a jelly bean or a lima bean or a kidney bean. I don't know where I've seen this before, but after I learned how to draw it, I just keep drawing it. So fun. Right in the middle, I'm going to add an oval for his nose. And then from the sides of the nose, I'm going to curve a line down to the side of the face and down on the other side of the face. Oops, I went a little too far. This marker might need to be replaced. So now I'm going to add the grump. I like to call him Grumpy Dog, so I add his grump face and connect to the bottom of the nose like so. And then I make this guy's eyes. And make his expression grumpy by putting two leaning lines in like so. He has two very short ears, so I make a curved line that comes up and touches the side here. And one on the right curves up and touches the side there. Yes, he's grumpy and he's chubby. So his arms are very muscular looking. They curve down. I'll do that on both sides. Curve down. And now we'll add the paw. So I'm going to come around like the letter C and make this line go back and touch. And I'll do in the opposite direction. Curve this way and curve back and touch that first line we made. Yes. So those are his arms. I add these little lines here to emphasize the fact that those are his arms. And then paws. And then his very fat belly is touching the ground. Now the rest of his body we really can't see because the rest of his body is curved back here behind the cat. So I make that line back that way, and that's all we'll see of him. And that's my buddy, Mr. Grumpy Dog. Good. So who's next? Let's see. I think I'll add another cat right here in this area. Now cats are fun for me to draw because their expressions are so very fun. And so this cat is going to have a little sly look on its face. Let's see. I'm going to start with the shape of a football. So I make a curved line that comes up and comes down like so. And then I make another line just like it going in the opposite direction So there are points on the sides of the face. It's not really like an oval, it's more like a football. And then I'll add an ear on this side and an ear on the other. Now inside here, I'm going to add a zigzag line that goes up and comes back down. And another zigzag line that goes up and comes back down for the inside of the ear. So this cat's eyes are open. We're going to do the football shape for the eyes. Same thing that we did for the shape of the head, except we make them smaller. And it's okay if they don't look exactly the same. That's alright. We're not machines. We can't make things carbon copies all the time. Then I'll add a nose. And this time, instead of a triangle nose, I'll just do a cute little round button nose. And I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to take the corner of the eye down to the nose, like so. And the center of the eye is going to be a long, skinny oval, like so. And then this cat is going to have a really cute and sly smile that curves all the way up and around, and curves all the way up and around, like so. He looks like he's up to no good. So he's standing behind his other cat friend, and his body comes down like so on both sides. But you can sort of see where the hind legs are. And you can sort of see where the front legs are. So there's one leg and another. So those are the two legs. By drawing these three lines, his legs are right there in front. I'd like to add a tail to this guy. So I'm just going to do a curved line that comes back and touches the body. And then I make another curved line that matches the first one, and then connect them together with a little hook, a curved line that goes back around. All of these creatures have different expressions. I like this one looks peaceful, this one looks grumpy, and this one looks up to no good. I think I might even just want to add eyelashes, and I don't think I've ever seen eyelashes on a real cat, but guess what? These are cartoon characters, and we can make it fun. And add some freckles here. Oh, I forgot whiskers. Let's do 3 on this side, 3 on that side. That's fun. Alright, now I have one more space. I think I could fit one of my dog friends in there. And, I'm gonna go with a dog with bigger ears, with like floppy ears. I'm gonna start by making 2 lines, almost like the number 11, really close to each other. And then I'm going to curve around to the right and curve around to the left. And then I'm going to curve back around and connect. Because right here, I make this rounded rectangle shape for the nose of this guy. And I'm going to add a little shape there for the shiny part. I'll just color this in while I'm at it. Now I'm going to add 2 curved lines, one on the left and one on the right. They almost look like parentheses. And then on each side I'll add a really big eye with an oval shape. And then a smaller oval inside. and then a tiny circle, and then I'm going to color in the rest of that small oval. Above the eyes, I'm going to add a curved line for the top of the head, and then extend these two lines all the way to the top. Now remember, I wanted to add big floppy ears, so I'm going to curve up and then come back down all the way down to the jaw. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Curve up and curve back down to the jaw. And I think I'll add eyebrows just because these are cartoon looking animals and not real ones. Well, this guy has a bone in his mouth. Whenever I've drawn him before, he's had a bone. So I'm going to continue with that. I'm going to make a curved line on the right and a curved line on the left. And then I'll make another small curve on the right and another small curve on the left. It almost looks like a heart that's turned sideways. But I want to connect this because he's got his bone in his mouth. And add a little bit of his chin with a small curve, like so. Sometimes when they get their bones in their chew toys, a dog just won't let go. So now, I'm going to add paws. I'm going to make 3 lines coming down. 1, 2, and 3. Then I'll add his paws. So I make a curved line around and I stop because I don't want to take away space from this other paw. The one on the right is actually more in front of the one on the left. And when I finish, I connect it with that third line that I drew. So I had 1, 2, 3 lines, but I made 2 paws. And I'll add these little curved lines here for the details so you can see his paws. Now right in here, sneaking out from the back, there's a paw from his hind leg back there. And coming down from behind his ear, let's make his body come down. And let's add a tail right here for him too. And I'll just make a line that curves up and curves back down. It's a pointy tail. Well, look at this group of animals. We have cats and dogs. Now to finish the picture off, I'm going to add a line that shows that they're sitting on the ground somewhere. And I'll continue that line on this side of the paper. Okay. Now comes the fun part. Time to color. Now remember, we're doing hot dogs and cool cats. So I've already separated my crayons because that's an important step. So take a look at the hot dogs. I used the warm colors, all of these colors here on this side, to add color to the dogs. And then, in just a second, you'll see exactly what happens after I color the cats. Well, welcome back. As I finish this drawing, I'm thinking about what it's like to get along with people that are different from you. And we see it every day that sometimes groups of people are separated by their differences. But sometimes I just like to look at the ways that we're all alike. So when I look at this, they're all alike because they are our beloved pets. They're all alike because they all eat food. They all want to be loved. They all enjoy our companionship. They all make a special noise. A bark, a woof, a meow, a purr. They are all animals. They all have 4 legs and 2 eyes, and usually a tail. Some dogs have really short tails, little stumpy tails, but they're tails nonetheless. So when you look at it this way, they all have a lot in common. And so do we. We have a lot in common. We all have basic human needs. All of us need food and a place to sleep. All of us want to be loved and accepted. We all do. It's just human nature. Just like animals, it's in their nature to be with their owners in a nice home with people who love them. That's all any of us wants, to be where we're loved. Wow. So hot dogs and cool cats have come together, and this is my picture of unity. I hope you'll draw one. Whether you are a dog lover or a cat lover, I actually prefer dogs over cats, but cats are beautiful creatures. I can really, really appreciate their beauty, even though I prefer to be a dog owner. So it's been fun today, and I've enjoyed you. Come back and draw with me again. We'll create more cool stuff.